been battling for the greater part of a week as to how to begin to approach doing this video, or not even doing this video, just simply addressing the topic. This is legit about the fourth time I'm trying to gather my thoughts and do this video. I want you to please forgive me if I get emotional, if I from time to time sound a little bit incoherent. The topic is a difficult one. It's a difficult one for me as a woman, as a mother, as a lawyer. But I need to say something as an influencer, because I was given a platform and I need to use my platform to try and make a difference, even if it's a little difference. I want to, before I get into this video, extend my deepest condolences to Andrea's father and her family and friends. I cannot begin to imagine how you feel, but I can see that Andrea was indeed a very special person, and that her loss is immense, and you can tell because her death has managed to impact Trinidad and Tobago on a whole. And I honestly cannot remember the last time an individual was able to bring us together. I'm sorry, I had to stop there for a bit because the situation kind of brought back a lot of memories for me, because Andrea's death, the circumstances surrounding her death touched me, because it was so close to home. She would have been traveling to head to work, and whilst I don't travel to go to work now, there would have been a time in my life where I had no choice. I had to travel, and there would have been times where I had to travel from work very late at night to get home. And I'm just thinking about the possible near misses I may have had and was unaware of those near misses. You know, I have two daughters, and Andrea's abduction and her death made my paranoia all the more real, because as a mother you don't want your child to suffer a fate like that. and it hurts as a parent to a parent. I can only imagine Andrea's dad pain, and as a lawyer, there are times where I want to believe that the justice system is there, and I want to believe that it can work for us, but there are times that I know that it fails us more than it works for us, and it's very disheartening. It's very disheartening because I still want to believe that we could catch the bad guys. I still want to believe that, because this is a situation that I don't think anybody can escape. You know, gender violence is a real thing. It is a untreated pandemic that seems to continue generation after generation, and I feel as if we are no closer to a solution. Is violence that is directed at an individual based on his or her biological sex or gender identity. It includes physical, sexual, verbal, emotional, psychological abuse, threats, coercion, economic and education deprivation, whether occurring in public or in life. And based on what I read there, it seems as if a lot of that occurs here in Trinidad and Tobago on a daily basis. And it shouldn't. It shouldn't. As a woman, I shouldn't have to look over my shoulder every time I step out my house. As a woman, I shouldn't have to wonder if today is the day I would make it out alive. And that is a sad reality that women in Trinidad and Tobago have to face. And it shouldn't be. The question is, when will it stop? When will our leaders take stock of what's going on and start to act? There's enough talking. We've spoken enough. Men, you need to stand up now and act. Y'all need to change all your thinking as to what a real man is. Challenge the traditional image of what you've grown up as knowing what a man is, that a man is strong and cannot be challenged, and a man must use his physical strength and might. You know, change that thinking. Speak up on it. Ask us how you can help us. Don't just sit down there in silence. Don't victim shame and victim blame us. Don't buy into the argument of making up excuses for domestic violence and abuse, rape and murder. Don't make up excuses for the perpetrator. Make them answerable. Change the language on gender violence. We have this habit of, when we speak of battered women, we say, and we use passive language, Jane is a battered woman. But we never hear in the conversation who battered Jane. Whether it be John or Joe, you know. And that is the change we need to make. We need to shift the focus from the victim onto the perpetrator. Guys, you need to speak up and make that change, because we women, we've been speaking it time memorial ad nauseum, and the reality is the message will come out so much differently when you say it, because you're not going to be accused of being a man basher or an ultra feminist. You're going to be seen as standing up for what is right. Have some accountability. Pull up your friends when you see them objectifying women. Call out your partner and shun him. Make things like sexual grooming taboo to the point where it's completely unacceptable. You don't get brownie points, you don't get high fives for things like that. Those are sick things. Be a role model to the younger boys and men out there. Why do you think we're in the situation we are in? It's not something that is in a generation overnight. This is something that has been seen and learned. Generation after generation, it passes down. The deviant and disgusting behavior is accepted and normalized. We need to abnormalize this kind of behavior. It is not right. It is not normal. It should not be acceptable. We need to put a stop to it, guys. And I'm speaking to the men, because we women, we champion in our cause, but we cannot do it alone. We need your help. You need to speak up. I feel as a society we have disappointed Andrea. Andrea, I am sorry for that, because you would have been raised to believe that a good education would be the key to unlock getting out of certain situations, and you would have followed through on it. You would have gone to school and you would have studied hard. You'd have been a good daughter. You'd have done everything by the book, and this is what you get for it. And that is what hurts, because there are so many Andreas out there. So many. And none of them deserves this, and you sure did not deserve this. I'm going to leave the link of some resources below, including reading material as to what gender violence is, how prevalent it is in Trinidad and Tobago, the names of organizations that you can check out, support, that basically deal with victims of gender violence. And I just want to encourage and urge anybody who's watching this video to modify your behavior, because the issue of gender violence is so deep rooted that it'll take more than a day, it'll take more than one candlelight vigil, it will take more than one day of shutdown to really deal with this situation. And until we sit up, and until the people in power really address, and not just address, they need to act. Forget address. Women have been addressing this issue for generations. This is a situation that did not pop up overnight, and I want it to stop. I really want this to stop. You can't believe the level of my frustration in this whole situation. Like, and we need to stop normalizing sexually deviant behavior. Sexual grooming is not right. It's not normal. A grown man grooming a young girl for sex is not a right thing. A man hitting a woman because he is incapable of internalizing in a constructive way his anger is not right. A man who thinks a woman is disposable and is there simply to pleasure him and is there at his convenience and is at the mercy, his mercy, is not right. And we need to take a stance, and it cannot be just us women. The men have to stand up. You have to fight for us. Really. You have to. The situation is not going to improve, and it's not going to get any better if one of us, one set of us, one group of us is fighting. Everybody has to fight. This is everybody's fight. Nobody's immune to this. Anybody could be a victim to this. And everybody shouldn't be. I'm just so sorry.